Speed, put it under your arm and pick up the first down on your own.
At the Argonauts 6, Ticats first and goal. Good fake to Amerson, and Colley can't get away.
Oh.
Wrapped up by Brendan Rodgers.
Brendan Rodgers doesn't get a whole lot of playing time on defense, but he does it perfectly on this play. He's off to the left of your screen and has contained. Now, what Hamilton is hoping is that he will bite on the play-action fake right there to Amerson. No shot. He's got contained. Colley has nowhere to go.
Loss of 7. Third sack for the Argos. Now second and goal as the Ticats are back at the Argonaut 13. Colley should run here. Well, maybe not. Shonday Smith, did he have it in his mitts and drop it?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Shonday Smith had one get through his fingers. Now, Colley thread the needle there a little bit. it was in traffic, no question, but you got a young team. You got to come up with that catch for your quarterback. You know, they say that the coaches will tell receivers the same thing. Look, you're going to get hit, whether you catch the ball or not. You might as well catch it.
You might as well, but Ashande didn't really have a clear path to the end zone on that pattern anyway. So Osbaldiston, who missed his last try, is in a little closer this time. Griggs sits it down, and Ozzie puts it through as the Ticats close to within 3 of the Argonauts. 5:12 to go, third quarter. An interesting night, to say the least. That's Skydo. Ticats and the Argos on CFL Live. A little showdown in Hogtown. It's a 3-point ball game as the pinball Mike Clemens takes this at his 10-yard line. Stretching it out far side of the field. Markers are down as the pinball has returned well for the Argonauts tonight, but been flagged a couple of times, or at least the Argos have on the returns.
It has number 31 in blue has done his part tonight, because Mike Clemens has broke a bunch of kicks tonight, and most of them called back for penalties. You know, with a guy like Clemens...
Holding. Toronto number 50. First down.
Michael O'Shea on that play. With a guy like Clemens, you really don't need to give him much of a block. Just almost get in front of your guy and let him find the seam, because he's so elusive in the open field. And Toronto keeps shooting himself in the foot.
Holding wipes out a 52-yard return. Michael O'Shea will watch this replay on the Jumbotron. You can watch it with Glenn Suter drawing.
There's his feet. See the grab right on the shoulder pad at the last second there, and that's where the flags come out.
Argos with 4 receivers. Trips formation to the near side. Moody looks to run. Then that looks like a live ball. This should be a touchdown. Hamilton. Ken Wilhite picks it up. 19-yard touchdown for the Tiger Cats. Flutie threw that behind to the pinball. He couldn't hang on to it. It bounced to Wilhite. Ticat touchdown.
Absolutely, John. Now, if Doug Flutie throws his ball when it was initially meant to be thrown, it's a forward pass. But he takes a couple of steps up into the line and then throws it, and it becomes a lateral. A lateral that drops is a live football, and Kenny Wilhite understood the rule, scooped it up, and took off.
Ticats have the lead with 4:33 to play, third quarter. Ken Wilhite, an all-star in Ottawa in 1996. Couple of knockdowns prior to this touchdown return to put the Ticats on top. Osbaldiston adds to the Hamilton total. Strange turn of events. The graphic is correct, folks. Ticats lead the Argonauts 17-13. And the Ticat bench, Ken Wilhite, who has his first touchdown in the Canadian Football League. And frustration at the Argo bench. Don Matthews and quarterback Doug Flutie have fallen behind the Tiger Cats. It's 17-13 as the Cats get ready to kick off. Saunders. First kick return is an Argonaut. Into a mess of folks down there, and he ran right into Kyle Walters. One more look at the TD. Well, maybe a couple. First, the reverse angle.
Oh, watch Doug Flutie step up right there. 4 or 5 steps, and then throw it. The ball goes a little high. Mike Clemens can't hold on, but because he stepped up in the pocket, that's a live football. Kenny Wilhite scoops it up and scores the touchdown. Here's a look from the end zone. Flutie comes up in the play, thinks to run first. Then he knows that Pinball's standing out there, so decides to dump it off, and Mike Clemens can't hang on.
Oh, my.
Well, Doug Flutie's been frustrated all day, and I had a feeling there he just wanted to go and hit somebody.
A 19-yard touchdown. The Ticats on top. Argos get the ball back. Flutie shovels it ahead for Drummond. And that'll be a big first down. Nice run by Robert Drummond, who was slowed by Hitchcock and finally dragged down, I think, by Justin Ring.
And, John, a nice variation to this shovel pass because Toronto's never run it out of bootleg. And that time, Doug Flutie faked to Clemens, bootlegged the other way, and then shovel passed it up front to Robert Drummond. And that's a variation that, well, I know I haven't seen from Toronto this season.
17 yards, first down, Toronto at the Argonaut 52. 3:17 to go, third quarter. Flutie, deep drop, near side, has Masadi. Wrapped up in a hurry by Justin Ring, but Masadi very close to a first down. Eric Tillman, the, what is he, general manager of the Toronto Argonauts in name?
Yes, he is the general manager, making notes.
And Matthews is a vice president and coach. Interesting terminologies.
Well, I think Eric Tillman takes care of the administration part of the company, and of course Don Matthews takes control of all the football operations and, of course, coaching.
This is second and inches. Flutie may not have it.
Boy,
I think he was stuffed.
he didn't.
Now there are flags all over the place. The ball springs loose, but I think that was well after the whistle. Indication down there that there might have been a face mask. We'll let them sort it out at field level with 2:26 to go, third quarter. It's the Ticats on top, just like you said they would be at this stage of things.
Now, wait a minute. I don't remember
I want to give you
that.
full credit.
I don't remember saying that, but you know, you just look at these guys' face and how they're fighting after plays, and take a look at the two
Major
coaches.
foul, face mask, Toronto number 2, third down.
That's frustration.
Oh, boy. Well, Doug Flutie was not going anywhere on this sneak. You see, he didn't move an inch on it. Got hit in the face. I can't pick out the number of who exactly. Oh, it was Joe Mumford who slapped him on the helmet. And that's when Flutie reached over and grabbed Mumford's face mask.
An interesting turn of events at Skydome.
John, I have never seen Doug Flutie this frustrated. He is a very competitive person, and I talked to him before the game and looked into his eyes, and I said, you know, that game last week must be bothering you right now. And he says, I'm looking forward to this one and erasing the memories, and he hasn't been able to. It's frustrating for him.
Vanderjack on third down across the 35 to get a high kick away. Aaron Ruffin had difficulty hanging on to it. Now he squirts his way through, and another marker down in the area of the tackle. Let's bring in Gino Retta, who's listening in at the Argo bench.
John, it's interesting. Every time Doug Flutie's coming off the sidelines now, coming onto the sidelines, he's really, really getting upset right now. He's yelling at the water boys. He's bringing his offensive linemen aside. He's yelling at them. He's yelling at his receivers. Right now, he's really out of control on the sidelines.
Another look at the most recent frustration.
Well, he gets slapped in the head, no question about it, by Joe Mumford, but
he wasn't going down. He wasn't surrendering there.
No, that was straight out, just wanting to get in a bit of a fist fight there from Doug Flutie, and boy, you don't see that very often.
Ticats on top, 17-13. Penalty on the return was against Hamilton. Blocking infraction. Ticats forced to begin at the 7. Here's Colley. He has Smith. Smith has a first down. Ashande Smith wrapped up by Michael O'Shea. Coming into the game, only 3 receptions for 21 yards. for Smith. He's had a pretty good night tonight.
Well, I like the way Mike Cauley is stepping up in the pocket. Rolls out, takes a couple steps up, and fires a strike across his body to Ashonde Smith.
First down, Tiger Cats. Now out at the 23. Behind Smith that time from Cauley, who rushed it a little bit. Was it deflected?
Yeah, Reggie Givens got his hands up from the edge and deflected that one just enough to keep it out of Ashonde Smith's hands. So he's going to come off the top of your screen, the right-hand side of your screen, just jumps up and gets the left hand on it and deflects it just enough.
Ashonde Smith, a couple of catches in his first CFL touchdown in this one. Ticats looking at 2nd and 10. 3 receivers to the far side. Cauley calls the signals, and he calls his own number. Broke 1 tackle, and he stopped short of the first down. Wrapped up by Ken Benson. Still a gain of 8.
Well, not a bad decision initially for Mike Cauley to take off with this one, because he's going to run the option again. It's going to come right at you. You see a alley open up right there, and he takes off, but Michael O'Shea, who is so quick to the football, scrapes over there and makes initial contact.
Cauley has beaten O'Shea about 3 times tonight. I mean, the tackle was made there, Suits, but O'Shea was beaten.
Yeah,
he was around and behind him. Interesting stuff. Osbaldiston at the 17. This one off his foot. Bouncing to pinball. I should say on the side of his foot. Most kicks are off the punter's foot, but that time off the side. And around the 40. Let's see what Flutie dreams up here now.
Well, he's had a few discussions with Paul Mazzotti and had another one coming out onto the field to see your leaders. Of course, Mike Cauley doing a nice job running the football, and even though Doug Flutie is the game leader in passing, 172 yards with 3 quarters pretty much gone, it's kind of low for the number 2.
Mazzotti to the near side, Demtrition. One of 2 receivers to the far side of the field. 1st and 10 Argos. The pinball makes the catch and may have a first down depending on where they spot it. Good effort by Mike Clemens on the final play of the 3rd quarter, with the Argos trailing the Ticats by 4. An interesting night at Skydome, and lots more ahead. Big finish almost guaranteed on the CFL Live as we send you back to control.
Rod Smith back with Obi, Les, and Marty. Choose your story. Once again, the Ticat defense coming up strong. But, Marty, for the 3rd straight week, Doug Flutie has become frustrated by a defense. Very frustrated tonight. I don't think, in fact, I've ever seen him so frustrated.
Yeah, and Glenn Suter said the same thing. He said he's never seen Doug Flutie this frustrated. But let me take it a step further. I've never seen him play this poorly. You're right, 3 consecutive poor games, and the face mask was just inexcusable. He's blaming everybody else, but I think he should start blaming himself. There's been some poor passes.
Well, you can't really blame him on that the fumble that was recovered for a touchdown, because that went right through Mike's hands.
Yeah,
he
Pinball should have had that one, I think. But he's right now, Flutie is being outshone by a raw rookie.
But wait a minute.
Well, they're winning, but I don't know if he's being outshone.
Me neither.
I think Ollie's playing better.
You know, one thing, there's 2 things in this game looking at the Toronto offense. Number 1 is it looks like they're lacking receivers. They brought Mike Saunders in for Melville, and I don't think Mike's even been in the ball game as far as getting any passes. And then they got 2 offensive linemen out of there, Pierre Vircheval and Willie Williams. And you're going with 2 pure rookies in there, and you can see by getting stuffed on a quarterback sneak and some of those holding calls, all those things are disruptive to the offense right now.
Well, I know that Hamilton's talking to Earl Winfield right now, and maybe try to bring him back. But I think Toronto could use some help from a top gun receiver, too.
You're right.
Yeah, either team could use him right now.
Yeah, it's the easiest thing in the world to say, but yeah, Doug Flutie is having his troubles, but I'd still have him on my team. Now,
of course you'd have him on his team. He's the best player in the league. But
let me go back to your point, though. I mean, have defenses become wise to the way he plays? I mean, I don't think it's so much diminishing skills myself.
Well, I know that he made a statement that they should not be allowed to rush 3 people on him, and that was probably a bad comment, because every team that he faces now is going to rush 3 guys against him.
They're having a lot of success so far. Once again, the Ticats seem to have figured Flutie out, at least for now. It is Toronto down by 4, heading to the fourth quarter. Back to Skydome now, guys.
Doug Flutie and the Argonauts trying to end the frustration that the Tiger Cats have put in their path tonight. Hamilton on top as the fourth quarter begins. Drummond off left tackle for a couple. And Joe Montford has played a big part in things for the Tiger Cats again here.
Well, Doug Flutie trying to figure out a way to get it to the outside and get everybody involved. Mike Clemens, one of those guys, and held short of the first down there, but been a frustrating night for Don Matthews. And
subsequent play, the first down, Toronto. Tim Christian couldn't hang on. Don Matthews has been thinking a little bit. There might be a tendency for teams to squeeze the field on Flutie. We've got to find a way to spread the field out through 3 quarters. He hasn't found a way, has he?
Yeah, and that one play to pinball was one way, but just can't run that one every time. They've tried to run the football a little bit to hopefully get those linebackers for Hamilton to sneak up a little bit, but that's not working either right now.
Field. 2nd and 10, Toronto. Flutie gets a little heat, got it away, and almost picked off. Hitchcock had an opportunity from his safety spot. Tim Christian appeared to be the intended receiver.
Well, Rob Hitchcock is quickly getting a reputation as one of the hardest hitting safeties in the league.
That's because he used to be a linebacker.
Yeah, and he comes across, and Demtrition is going down the seam, and I have a feeling he may have heard Rob Hitchcock coming. Calvin Tiggle was coming on the stunt and came free. See, Chad Folk didn't pick him up from the outside, and Doug Flutie thought he was going to get smacked on that one.
Vanderjack. Steinhauer to return for the Tiger Cats. Chased down by Michael O'Shea. No return. In fact, a loss of a couple after a 42-yard punt. Numbers through 3 quarters, 200 net yards for the Argonauts. Time of possession fairly close, and on the scoreboard, it's a 4-point game.
Yeah, and you see the turnovers. Of course, one, Kenny Wilhite fumble recovery, and he takes it in for a touchdown, and that's why Hamilton right now has the lead.
Collie 70 rushing yards as the starting quarterback for the Tiger Cats. That's been his most effective weapon. Carrying the ball himself. Ticats beginning at the 15 with a first down. Amerson gets the pitch. He's run well for Hamilton. Can't quite turn the corner. Lester Smith forced him out.
It's just straight out speed to the outside by Archie Amerson, who just takes this ball, gets a couple of blocks from his receivers on that side of the field, and then just uses his speed to try and get down the field, as you saw Bert Thornton come down, and then better get out of the way, coming to the sideline that quickly.
Eight yards to gain. This will be 2nd and 2, Tiger Cats. We're into the fourth quarter with the Ticats on top, 17-13. Amerson has the first down and broke through to the 35. I like this guy. Archie Amerson playing his 2nd game for Hamilton.
Good job of blocking at the point of attack by center Doug Davies. He's right here. Amerson's going to take a step and hit it right up in the hole. Watch the block that springs Amerson. Good block at the point of attack. He breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles there by Reggie Givens, and then breaks up through the middle.
13 carries for 70 yards. The last a 12-yard gain for Archie Amerson. Fake to Amerson that time. Colley to his right finds Morreale. And Morreale is halfway to a first down. First catch for Morreale. Johnny Harris made the tackle.
This is called selling out the bootleg. Mike Colley's going to bootleg, but look at this side of the offensive line is going to pull this way. This is called selling the play and then running the bootleg. Both offensive linemen take off. fake it. The defensive line is trained to read the pulling guards and the pulling tackles. When they read the pull, they went with the running play, and Collie went the other way.
Ticats actually looking at 2nd and 6. Collie, all kinds of time. Now it evaporates on him. This one up for grabs, or at least just got rid of that.
Yeah, threw it away. Threw it away, and a good decision, John. It's been amazing what this rookie quarterback, the decisions he's made throughout this football game. Mike Collie made another good one on that instance to just roll out, throw the ball into the stands. Don't lose any more yardage. Have your punt team come on. And remember, this Hamilton defense has been playing pretty good football so far.
We're still wondering why Collie did not start the second quarter for the Tiger Cats. It'll be interesting to hear the strategy behind that, because he did engineer a first quarter touchdown. And right now the Tiger Cats have the lead on the Argonauts at 17-13. Osbaldiston nails another beauty well over the pinball's head. You can't ask for a much better punt than that. Rolling out with no return. 11:21 to go after a 58-yard Osbaldiston, 24.6 yards per punt.
Well, he had one block last week, and we did a little research and tried to figure out exactly what time you should get the punt off from snap to kick. Preferred 2.3, too fast if it's a 2.1. Now let's take a look at that last play. Here comes snap. There goes the kick right there. 2:03, well within the time. Almost too quick, but Paul Osbaldiston was right in his rhythm. So as long as he's in his rhythm, it's not too fast.
Playing with a bit of a bad back after taking a hit in the opening quarter, John Torrey, chairman of the Canadian Football League, joins us. Interesting football evening. You were picking the Ticats, I heard on the radio, I thought. No?
Well, yeah, it's not a very well played game. I'm very impressed. I don't pick anybody in these games. But I'm impressed with Mike Collie's play tonight. And it's not a well played game, but the fans will enjoy it. It's close.
Flutie on first down, under the cover. He has Saunders. First catch is an Argonaut. Forced out near the 35. Well, as the chairman of the CFL, there's never a dull moment. We'll get to a couple of those topics in just a moment, Mr. Torrey.
Well, this is why Mike Saunders is in the lineup, because he can recognize things. He gets jammed but keeps working. He recognizes the defense and realizes the only way he's going to get the football is to clear through the linebacker, so he keeps working at it and catches the ball.
23 yards for number 32 for the Argos. Mike Saunders. First down, Toronto, 35. Flutie looks to shovel it ahead. Away from Philbrick. Mazzatti makes the catch, should have a first down. Orlando Steinauer, the tackle on Mazzatti. These two are back on the same page.
You can't ask your defensive front three to pursue better than this. Justin Ring, you see Gonzalo Floyd come across. Mike Philbrick's in there trying to get it Flutie. There's Mike Campbell late. They've been doing a pretty good job, not only shutting down the run from Toronto, but also frustrating Flutie.
Now at the Argonaut 48, first down, Toronto. Direct snap to Drummond. And he's about halfway to a first down. Montford the stop one more time. '53's had a nice night.
Well, he's got such great speed. He's a good pass rusher, can also drop for the Hamilton Ticat defense, and he slid across, made a pretty good play. I got one question for John Torrey, though.
Okay.
NFL marketing people were in town. What came from the meeting?
Well,